The RHS Hampton Court Palace Flower Show is one of the most prestigious events of its kind, and as a result it attracts visitors and exhibitors from all over the world. And none come any further than a team of gardeners from down under. Their show garden is called Essence of Australia and celebrates Australian flora and contemporary design as displayed by the Australian garden at Royal Botanic Gardens Cranbourne near Melbourne. It's part of a wider collaboration between the Royal Botanic Gardens, the Garden State of Victoria, the Northern Territory, Trailfinders and Qantas. The man who designed it is Melbourne-based Jim Fogarty, a winner with the Australia Garden at the 2011 Chelsea Flower Show.
Essence of Australia celebrates contemporary Australian design and Australian plants, as you would see at the Australian Garden down at Cranbourne, of course. But it also tells the story of the rainbow serpent, the Dreamtime story about this mythical creature that lived under the ground, and it created the mountains and the gorges. And it's also about the story of the presence of water in the Australian landscape, which of course is very important with Australian plants. So the back of the garden has a contemporary structure which sort of embraces the architecture and the cosmopolitan side of visiting Melbourne. And then beyond that you explore Australia. So you leave the confines of the city areas, get out into regional Victoria, you follow the Rainbow Serpent deck out into the outback, you go through a ford crossing, which is obviously a very iconic part of travelling through Australia, and you experience 100% Australian plants.
One of the keys to the whole design has been a respect for the environment.
The garden has also been designed in a way that we can try to reuse, recycle, retrieve and even donate elements of the garden to reduce the environmental impact.
One of the things Jim and his team have tried to do is represent a place through a garden, but how hard is it to do that?
It's not an easy thing to represent a country in a garden, but you've got to look at the culture of the country, you've got to look at the floral attributes of the country and the diversity of plants, the landscape and the geography, the colours of Australia. You've got to paint that living picture so that people who have never been to Australia can get some sort of sense of what it's like to visit Australia.
So with careful planning and preparation well underway, Jim can't wait to come back to the UK in July for the creation of the Essence of Australia.
Being at Hampton Court is a great opportunity for the Royal Botanic Gardens Melbourne to put on display Australian plants and let the British public see with their own eyes and experience Australian plants. But also we want to encourage people to visit Australia, to visit Victoria, come and see the Australian Garden at Cranbourne and also explore the Northern Territory and the beautiful wonders of our great outback.